Hi, Naomi. Thank you for having coffee with me. That was wonderful. And I'm glad you liked that advice. I feel that that was pretty safe advice to give. I think that we should always trust ourselves with the vast majority of things going on in our lives. You know, I think it's an awful lot like, I think I use this analogy a lot, being a captain of a ship. I mean, there's tons of different factors of wind and tide, the condition of your sails and lines, and the barkie itself, and but then you got, you know, a bunch of experts around you as well, and each is going to have information to give you that, you know, is like advice, or just advice from their perspective, you know, telling you what they see and feel and think. But when it comes down to it, I mean, you're in charge. You're the captain. So I don't think it's a matter of like getting like, I can't really think of any danger of that kind of thing, other than I don't know, I guess if it messes up your calm, because any kind of advice or method of being needs to be managed in a way that doesn't manage you back. Like, I could imagine that someone's like, oh, I gotta take care of myself, so I don't take anyone's advice or accept their help or seek out help if I need it. Yeah, then you'd just be letting, I don't know, circumstances control you rather than you control circumstances. Kind of like people that, like, they're a little dreamy, as one of my friends says. You know, like, they always forget about stuff. They're late for things. They don't know what they're doing. What are you doing next Saturday? I think I'm doing something, but I don't know. So if someone says, here's an organizer. Just write down. It's a little small. Just keep it in your pocket. Just write down things that you're doing, things you're gonna do, and that starts working out really good. So that was good advice. Except for then, anytime it says, "What are you doing around 3 o'clock?" They look at that, say nothing, and they're like, "Oh, we're going out for coffee." And they write coffee at 3 o'clock, and pretty soon, their organizer actually is in charge of what they do on a day-to-day basis, rather than what they do on a day-to-day basis. So I think that's how you know when any kind of advice or lifestyle choice isn't quite working out, because it messes up your calm. That's what I think. Oh, you said that you someone's standing by my van. Maybe not. Oh, you said you're good at you're learning German. I've learned German. You're doing German translation, something like that. That's awesome. I think the whole idea of doing something where all the tools you have are between your ears, underneath an awesome mop of hair, or right above a great beard, and it's something you can do everywhere, and something that would lead you to maybe even pursuit of different more languages, become like a language master. I think that would be fantastic. I didn't make it to Germany. I thought to myself, as I was heading through Europe, especially when I found out how inexpensive the trains were and how easy it was to put your bike on them. I thought, well, if I took a side route, which country would I go to? And I thought Germany, because I've always had just the most outlandishly awesome experiences with meeting Germans. I mean, isn't that awesome? I mean, I can't say that about any other nationality. Wait a minute. No, I'm gonna have to go Germans. They're the only people I've met as a people, as a whole, that have just been genuinely my kind of folk. I think maybe my soul is German. It's like some remembrances I met this German, and I had just finished up a morning bike ride. It was in the tropics, and I was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was already getting up into 90 degrees. The sun was just baking, like heat was already rising off the pavement. And Stefan comes out of his house right as I arrive. He's gonna go over there for coffee, and I'm like, and he's dressed like he's going skiing, like hardcore skiing. I go, Stefan, where are you going? He's like, I'm going for a bike ride. I'm like, oh, dude, you're wearing too much clothes. You got to get down in some shorts and a tank top and put on a ton of sunscreen. He's like, oh, no, I'll be fine. And so he was gone for a couple hours and came back just hating life with like just a massive amount of clothes. He was wearing like several layers. He had a sweater on underneath a ski jacket. It's almost 90. And so he comes back in with like this massive bundle of clothing underneath his arm. And he looks terrible. I mean, not only does he look angry, but he's so sunburned, and it's like that immediate sunburn, where like there's almost purplish tinges, where actually you know the skin's gonna be splitting eventually. And I go, Stefan, oh my God, you were like flash baked. He says, yes, I know. It is really rather terrible. And I laughed myself so hard that I didn't just pee myself, I peed myself for like the next 5 years. It just struck me so funny. It's really rather terrible. Oh gosh, and I was with a bunch of Australians. They thought I was just the most uncouth person in the world. But it was funny, I loved it. Then I was like with a bunch of travelers once, and my sleeping bag and tent got drenched. I can't remember why. And she and a couple of other girls had rented a hotel room, and she was like, yes. She's like, my sleeping bag and tent was totally drenched as well. Would you like to share my bed? And like there was a ton of like, oh, I'm gonna have to get this off. Hold on a second. There you go. Just and there's all these people around, and she's like, and we're all talking about like how drenched we got, and the way she just like, yes, my sleeping bag and tent got drenched as well. Would you like to share my bed? And I got it. I mean, I knew what she was talking about. It was just the way she asked, and I looked after them. I'm like, Stephanie, I would love to share your bed. And then and thank goodness, at that point in time, there was a lot of Americans around, so we all burst out laughing. Oh God. I can think of more, but I don't think it could match Stephanie's bed offer. All right, Naomi. Thank you for having coffee with me, and I'll see you in the tubes.